this funky leaf. They make a fool who I'm really. That's who she do use me really.
Hello everyone. How's everyone doing? I'd like to welcome everyone to Cluster Knot. This is another week, and it's been an interesting week, I would assume, for everyone. As always, I'm the one and only Micah. Let me start this week by introducing myself, since they say I don't always introduce myself. But
Thank you.
From what I'm saying, let me introduce myself. And I'll introduce the remaining of my co-guys. I hope so. Guys, we're trying a new setting, so let us know what you guys think of the new setting. Yeah. So going back to the introduction, we've got Toby in the house, the one and only Toby. Yes, I'm not putting quotes on people like we did the last.
I think.
Yeah, we did.
We need to move past
slate.
that,
Yes,
so.
We should move past it.
We should move past.
You say it again.
No, if you don't want us to move past it, then I will dig out some other
But
things.
I know some
that's
things
good.
will be said to rekindle such. But let's move
Yes.
past that.
Yeah. Exactly.
We've got the amazing Sharon in the building.
Oh my god.
What's happening?
Oh my god, that's hilarious. That is
Oh, you did
funny.
not just do that.
What's happening?
Oh,
What's
nah,
happening?
man.
What's happening?
It's alright.
We've got the amazing Sharon in the building.
Hi, guys.
Sharon, I like the new hair.
As it
Oh,
came out well.
Shake it.
You didn't shake it.
Okay, and we've got the amazing host, the delectable Dara in the building.
Gossip.
I hope
See,
I
we're
hope
gonna save the best for last.
it also goes first to do not the pain. Second to do nine the pain pass. Last to do nine the pain pass. But so during the week, I think it was last weekend, me and Sharon were having a conversation, and she said she wanted us to talk on something that was that she had a debate with a friend back and forth, and Sharon, I'll do the honors of walking us through.
So like we had a discussion. It was a series of questions. So I'm gonna ask you guys these questions. And these questions, like, they all are connected.
Wow.
So let me ask the first one. The first one is: why do women take on masculine roles when they can't secure or find a relationship?
Do women take on masculine roles when
they can't find a relationship?
So why women take on masculine roles?
No, do they?
Do they? Okay, the feminine species.
I would say yes. Yes, they
So-
do.
Okay, could we define what a masculine is?
Thank you. That's
exactly.
the thing.
Okay, so
Masculine.
my point of view, I don't know about that people, but my point of view is basically.
But sorry, the woke people will say you cannot define something you are not. Are you
Oh,
masculine?
true.
Are you masculine? So let
The
I know
masculine.
that.
No,
Let the masculine.
Actually, you know
let's
what?
ask
Me,
Sharon.
everybody that
Let's
knows
hear
me
Sharon.
very well, they know that I'm very much masculine. Yeah.
Oh my
You
god.
other people, don't say
I
that.
am.
You're
I'm more
Don't say
masculine
that.
than feminine. More masculine than feminine.
I don't believe
I'm a
I
tomboy.
feel like we all have had.
Yes,
that
I might
situation
do my hair,
where
but listen, I'm more.
We've
I
all
dey
had
wear
this
bonnet every
situation
day,
where we
I dey wear
have
bonnet
been
too.
tom-
Yeah.
You don't
I've always
see?
I,
Like when you see me in school, I'm wearing a bonnet.
Sharon's
all had-
dress senses. She wears joggers. Like
Yeah, I'm always comfortable.
Why'd you wear bonnets to school?
I don't know. It's just
But
why
is-
not? Why not? It's
Why
like
not?
a hat now.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm getting to know that then.
Yeah. I wear,
Yeah.
like-
She wears bonnet and joggers.
Yeah.
Jumpers to school
That's all I
That's
wear.
interesting.
and hoodie.
I'm just going to say one thing. We've
think-
all had a situation, me particularly at least, where we've all gone through the tomboy, or I was a tomboy when I was.
But I'm still
19.
stuck in that phase now.
So yeah,
And
there's
that's
also
what I'm
that
saying.
social. But like, I used to be the
Please.
guys of the guys.
Please,
But
please,
now I'm in my feminine side. you
please.
know.
I did not
I'm
I did not go through
feminine
any tomboy.
But you are not a girl now. You're not a girl.
I'm just putting it out there.
Okay,
that-
but
I am girl.
let's get back on track. So masculine, what is a
What's
masculine
masculine?
role?
Yeah.
So in my, like I said, in my opinion, is basically a person or a man that basically provides. That's what I would say. Provide, yeah. Provide, go outside and work. Leadership, that's the word, yeah. Lead. To lead, that's like usually masculine. So independent as well, but usually leading.
So you, to clarify, you're defining masculinity as the ability to provide.
The ability to provide
an
be
individual's
independent.
ability to provide. That's what
their independence.
So masculinity is an individual's ability to provide and be independent.
Yes.
Okay. Can I say according to?
So sorry, is a female tiger masculine?
But
Yeah, just
A
Because the
female
female
tiger.
tiger does the hunting.
and she does the providing.
We're talking about humans. Why are we talking
True, we're
about
talking
tiger?
about humans now, though.
That's why I specified an individual.
Okay, but do you agree that women take
it's not
on
about
masculine roles
it's not
when?
about why I agree. It's
But
not- sorry,
I
it's
was
not
asking the
But
question.
Sorry, let's
before-
go back.
before you
Okay,
can
so
even-
what is your definition on?
Like, let the masculines describe masculine.
Yeah, because
No.
me say I'm not masculine.
Because
So what
I
is
don't
your
I-
own people's
I don't think it's
definition?
about you yourself, like you being masculine, for you to be able to define masculinity, because I know that you can even be a man and you don't even know what your
masculine.
roles are. So it's even possible. So I don't think because you're a man, then you know what being a man is naturally. So that's just my own thoughts. But even now thinking, based on
No, sorry. Can you come again? Just because you're a man doesn't
mean you know
what being a man is.
Exactly, because there are a lot of men that do not live up to their responsibilities because they do not even understand what their responsibilities are.
What
So
the roles
that's
are
it.
as a masculine.
Exactly. So, and I feel maybe it's the culture or the world that has even defined it, or maybe naturally you just fit into a position as a man, which I think we will still talk about, because I remember Micah sent a video to me sometimes where I was able to see masculinity or being a man from another angle. Like, it's so hard for you to see, though there are ladies in the army and all, but it's so hard for you to see them go to war. And it has always been like that, even before the invention of maybe the major armies and all that. If a city is fighting each other, you see that it's the men of those cities going out. Naturally, even where we came from, it has always been like a man fending for the family, and then the women take the role of taking care of the household and everything like that. So, but looking at it from based on your own definition, the question that is coming to mind is, now, where is the position of feminists? Because, generally feminists, maybe I might be wrong, they are more of the opinion of we can also do what a man can do, and we can fend for ourselves, we can do all this. So if we're asking about the masculinity role, then we should talk about, are we downplaying the place of the feminist in a way, because they are saying that this is a cause.
Yeah, but you know that. So to elaborate more on what you're saying is, there are different factions of the feminist movement. You get there are different fractions, and I don't know where you guys fit into it.
No, I'm not
Tell me
part
the
of
factions,
the
I'll tell you
feminine.
which one I want.
It's your gender. You should know the fractions.
I'm not.
I don't know.
That's what
part
I'm-
of
That's what I
fraction
just
am
said.
in. That's the fraction I am in.
That's what I just said, because it's agenda doesn't
The
mean
fraction-
she would know.
The fraction I
If
don't
you
know.
do, it's all about knowledge. If you don't find out about all these things, you might not know.
But
Respect-
it's
and
based on,
it's
like,
okay.
There's some things that are not like you have to go to website and go and search what is the meaning of this. What is
No,
they are
that-
just
that's-
things that
that's
are,
not
like,
even what I'm saying.
included.
Yeah,
They are
but,
just
but
like
it's become
the rest.
more relevant in the conversation. Like, if you go online, you see the movement. The debate is being had in different circles, different places, as to what the feminine movement is about, what it is to be a feminist, what it is not to be a feminist. Because you would even hear men say they are feminists because they support the feminist movement. And it's understandable that when a movement gets too big, it's hard for them. It becomes hard for the movement to have one single ideology. So as it grows, different people start cutting out of
factions.
fractions, because everyone starts creating their own fractions of that same ideology, and you just start seeing different definitions of. So there are different fractions that support. There are different fractions that I personally, and people may come for me, the feminist movement is really in a confused state.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's in a confused state.
I had
Why?
that conversation with somebody
Why?
last week.
Because there is something not spoken. It's spoken about, but it's hard for them to grasp the knowledge of what it is. And there is the talk about equality and equity, which is one. There is also the talk about the gender, the transgender movement, and the LGBT community, and how that plays into the movement as well. There is the agenda for toxic masculinity that plays into a different subsect, a different fraction as well. So it's different fractions are picking out different things to run with their own campaign. So it's hard for you to just generally say, because if you make a definition, people would assume you are taking one of the negative, one of the bad fractions view to generalize the whole.
But I was thinking you wanted to give the different classes so that there are.
So that's
Well, no, actually, just what I take as a feminist, my own definition of my own part I like, because as I said, there are different one, is the ability to make my own decisions, including being able to stay at home and get people to take care of me, and that is what
that's not feminist.
So that's the feminist to me, is also the freedom and the ability to be able to decide, as not someone else deciding for me, not a man deciding for me. Of this
The
is
main
my
movement
role.
of
But
feminism is for women to have freedom. 'Cause
Exactly.
before, women
But
were
she-
treated
Yeah,
as
so
She said she still wants to stay
my
at home and be
freedom-
taken care
No,
of.
exactly. My
You
freedom.
can't have
is
your
to be
cake.
able
You
to-
can't eat your
to be
cake and
like-
have it now.
No, but then that's also the freedom. Not be like, okay, I'm forced to, because I'm feminist, I'm forced to
I feel-
have the whole ideology of I have to go to be the breadwinner. I don't want to.
But
be
I
the
feel
breadwinner.
life doesn't really work that way. If you want to be taken care of, then the person taking care of you would most likely make the decisions. So if you want to make your own decisions, then that means that
No, but that's
but
the
what you're
problem we
saying, that
have.
because the main reason why feminism, why it was created, because women did not want to be treated as property. Back then, I was not able to go and vote. I was not able to
Exactly. So being able to
was-
go and vote,
I
but
was not
also
able
still
to
say I want
open
to stay
bank
in my
account.
house.
So
I was not able to buy my own house or something like, okay, maybe scrap that. But I was not able
You're
to
not able
open
to
my
do
bank
anything.
account.
Yeah, you cannot go
If
to.
I was making money, maybe because
I-
teachers.
But for me, I feel it's more than
teachers
just
or-
that these days. It's more of like we are equal. We can do everything at the same level. I can provide for myself. I can take my own decisions and live my life the way I really want to live it. That's the way I see most of the feminists, especially these days, the ones that are coming out. It's not about even making those simple decisions of, okay, because these days I believe girls have access to do other things. But beyond that, it's now more of the real way I see most of the feminists these days is they just want to just tackle the fact that, okay, maybe the masculinity thing.
They believe there is a patriotic system whereby men are oppressing women.
And even beyond
Is
oppression.
that not what is correct? Like
No, this is what I'm saying.
There has been a change. Yes, now we can open our bank accounts. Now we can do a lot of things. But then there are still also things that cannot be done.
Like what?
Let me Google it.
Because I think the
Well,
main
there's the
thing-
salary one.
I feel like because as time progresses, generation changes, the opinion changes, blah blah blah. Everybody knows that the main reason why feminism was created was because like women are allowed, they should be allowed to have their own decisions, bank accounts, votes. That's fine. But as new generations are coming up, now they have different views of stuff. So, yeah, I should be allowed to work, or I should be allowed to live by myself. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
but women have been.
But
women-
yeah,
we're
now,
just saying.
now that has been allowed.
women
But
have
now,
been, women have been working from the beginning
exactly.
of time.
I know, but women were not allowed to do all types of jobs. They were only allowed to do certain type of jobs,
Like what?
like teachers or
Nursing.
taking care of babies or anything
Nursing.
The
that's
textile industry was
caring.
the textile industry was built on was women.
That was
like the what?
Sure.
The
you-
textile
there was
industry.
there was a time before the textile industry
What was it? What was the occupation
no.
within that time?
that women were
Ah,
put to the
sister,
house.
That's what I'm asking. So what was the prominent occupation that
Well,
time?
but what's
They were for the house. They were not meant to
Industry,
work
what's that?
outside.
Textile.
Before the textile industry, where
Clothes,
people were
clothes.
actually finally able to work, then okay, what about the time before? Because it was based on the women's movement that they was able to
See.
even be able to work.
So
in
let's
textile.
let's go back to
Let's go back to the actual topic that we
Yeah.
were talking about.
Okay,
not
so
feminist
do
and
we all
masculine.
agree that women do
Move
take on?
close to the bit.
Sorry, do we all agree that women do take on masculine roles when they're not in a relationship?
For me, before we agree that women do take on masculine roles, that means we are agreeing that there are masculine roles and there are feminine roles.
Yes.
Wait,
Agreed.
so, yes,
Okay.
there, and I wanted to sorry.
And-
By Science Direct, they said that masculine role is where men are expected to display attributes such as strength, power, and competitiveness, and less openly display emotions and affection. That's what masculine
No,
role
those
is.
are attributes of masculinity. Yes. Those are
So-
attributes of providing for your family.
Is that what
independent
women are supposed to
leadership.
do if they don't have a man? They're meant to be
But
So
why-
now,
competitive,
since
less open to emotions. Is that what
So
we're
why
looking
why
at?
don't the women have a man?
What are you saying?
I mean, that's part of the question.
So the question is,
The question is, do women take on masculine roles when they can't secure or find a relationship?
In modern time now,
well, based
Yeah.
on the definition of masculine
before-
roles,
even
and I'll say no.
so even before they are able to find a man, a lot of women are taking on masculine roles.
So we
before
agree,
the-
Abby. Okay.
No,
so,
so-
I can move on to the next part of
Wait,
the
looking
question.
at the definition of what masculine role is, then I'll say no. Then, because if it's
I
like
would
display
say
of
yes.
display of less openly display of emotion,
Boss lady.
competitive.
That's it. Boss lady. Boss lady. I'm a boss lady. I'm independent. I'm showing strength.
Competitiveness,
Leadership.
power. Okay.
Women compete with each other.
Okay.
Ah,
Okay.
right?
Okay. That's
Okay.
masculine.
Now
roles.
moving on to the next question. Where is it? Sorry. Okay, so if women do take on masculine roles, wouldn't that prove that masculinity is more essential for survival than femininity?
Nah, I don't know. I don't.
That's
think
that's for sure.
Yeah?
So you can live, you can survive without
So let me
the
break it down.
caring.
Let me break it
and-
down.
I mean,
see
people
what
have
I want to see what feminine roles are.
And
there,
as
femininity or
always,
what's it called.
I will draw a distinction, which is there is an ideal world you would love to live in, and there is the reality that we do live in. And the question is, could you repeat the question? Let me pinpoint some.
Wouldn't that prove that masculinity is
Masculinity?
more essential for survival?
So for survival,
Survival,
not
yeah.
living. Survival is brutal in the world you'd want, in the real world you live in, not in the ideal world where everyone acts in the good intention you expect them to act. So for you to survive in this world 2023, yes, masculinity is a must for you to have, because the world is brutal. The world is not easy. The world would try to break you, and the best way to move through the world is
Sorry, question.
or survive through it.
So femininity doesn't have strengths. Is that what you're saying? Like you're saying that in 2023, you can live off
It doesn't.
masculinity.
I think
And-
you're taking
and-
things too
and-
serious.
Yeah.
Let's
it's
be
not-
practical here. You don't need to at least dig up.
Like,
No,
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 wait,
no.
listen, there is strength in femininity.
I think
but
you
masculine
don't.
has
Yeah,
no
it-
strength.
it-
The
it's
main-
like you
the
don't
main-
understand
The main
it.
role, the main, this thing, what's it called? Characteristic of masculinity is strength. That's the best thing. That's
And
the
what
best
is
thing you
okay?
see
Okay,
on
then
your
look at
thing.
what's the roles of femininity?
Okay, so
Caring?
what is it? Caring, what's the
They-
word?
they
Wow,
always-
so you guys kind of
No, they always,
Wait.
no, they
Making a home,
yeah,
this-
making decisions at least, nurturing things.
Nurturing
Yes,
things,
that's
caring,
good,
nurturing,
nurturing.
motivating, encouragement,
Support,
support.
Exactly.
There are a lot of
Um,
things ladies
Yeah,
do.
those are
and
masculine.
that's-
The
Those are
backbone.
masculine traits. Yeah.
In fact, you don't
So
hear
what
me-
feminine trait? I'm asking.
No.
You people have not answered my question.
No,
What
so
type
those
of
are
just
feminine
answer
traits.
now.
feminine
Yeah, we
traits.
just keep
Support,
feminine. Support, nurturing,
caring,
encouragement, caring, loving.
encouragement.
See, she's
Motivational.
opening an article,
I am looking
like
for it.
an article in a published journal.
I'm looking at journal.
References.
I said I have to come.
I think after the whole thing, you just have to go and sit down with it.
I'm
and
going to go and
study.
look at it and we will come. Maybe there will
But
be a part
this
two.
is
When
just
I have all my
this is just
points.
discussion and just based
Yeah.
on your thoughts and everything. And I don't think we should just box ourselves in a corner. These things are very obvious, usually, especially naturally when you get to any home, you see different roles playing out.
Yeah, different.
And
roles,
you
and they both
and
complement each other.
and most times you see that okay, a particular part of humans generally, or most humans generally, especially the man species of humans generally, they have these traits
Of leadership.
and making just controlling
the
the house
decision
and
and-
making the decision, and you won't take that away. Then there are a few exceptions whereby you might see a lady having this masculine nature or things like that, which is normal, but it's like few out of it. So just like Micah used to say, like the what's it called? The minority doesn't make the rule. So when you see like 80% of men in a particular environment, there are these strong,
aggressive, competitive, showing.
there have been situations whereby a lady was trying to carry something and then she couldn't, and the natural thing that comes to mind is look for a guy to do it. Nobody has actually informed her that okay, a guy should be the one to do it. But I think it's just like
It's
you,
baked into
it's what you could see.
Yes.
So that's my problem with feminism in itself, because it's like you're trying to oppose what is so obvious sometimes. So of course there are some things that you're trying to get right, which is maybe the opening of accounts and everything. But there are some things that are obvious, and there is no point fighting against those things. Like if you know that this person can do better
Biological
in
traits.
this particular position, why not leave it to such a person? Though I understand what most of the ladies are fighting for, especially offices now. Men want to be leaders and everything, and of course you see ladies that also have good traits and they can lead. I understand those ones, but there are still some basic things that you feel like the men actually would play a better role in situations like that. So why not leave it to such people? And that's just my thoughts anyways.
So, in conclusion, you people have said that the world can survive without femininity.
No.
So now
But
what we are
femininity
saying is
needed, but
now-
masculinity just has
now since
the higher ranking.
since we've
Yeah,
been able
survive.
now, Dara,
To survive.
you checked your dictionary and you could see, or maybe your article or anything,
Funny
and you
enough, I
you
can
saw
see. I immediately saw what masculine roles are. I'm still searching for what feminine roles are.
that's it. Like you were able to see masculine roles, which shows that indeed there is masculine roles.